Oh me God, 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 oh me God. Yes, right now I'm in San Jose on a big summer work trip. And I've got 10 days to get to Moab, Utah, and then back down to La. With this much distance and that little time, I was gonna flee. But then, someone I know said, you should take this Tesla. They said to sure, you haven't driven in 8 years, but you've also never driven a Tesla. I couldn't say no. It's time for a road trip. Oh, so cool. That is never gonna get old. Oh me God, I can't. I am so nervous and so excited right now. I have no words for this. Like, I can't even explain anything. I just have to get started. And we just gonna go. That's what's gonna happen here. Offing hell. Future Grey here, editing this video. Now, past Grey is very excited. But what he doesn't know is, he's going to make this trip way harder for himself than need be. And he's also going to make some of the dumbest, most dangerous decisions he's ever made in his adult life. But he doesn't know that. Now you know that. And he's also going to make some of the dumbest, most dangerous decisions he's ever made in his adult life. Most dangerous these of the But he doesn't know that. Now you know that. Back to the excitement. Offing hell. This is the first moment in my life when in a self-driving car that's self-driving. No hands moment. This is the first turn. And it's doing it. Obviously it should. But it's still quite relieving to know. Oh God, that's amazing. Who? Man. All right. All right. Oh me God. This was really overwhelming. And I've spent all me adrenaline and I need to calm down and eat a sandwich. I haven't done any significant driving for nearly a decade. On the last road trip that I took, it ended in a pretty bad accident. Everyone walked away, but after that I just didn't want to drive, so I hardly ever did it. Which meant I was a nervous wreck every time I did, which made me drive even less. And then, because I live in a big city, I didn't need to drive. But I am going to use this opportunity to start again. I'm nervous, but so far the Tesla's made it a lot easier for me. And boy, have I missed driving. Have a very misdrive and big boy have they have just coming back from the store, and oh me God, is it beautiful. Blue not me color, but that car looks fantastic. Now that I've done the first leg on the highway. What is it car? Oh, my seatbelt. Now that I've done the first leg and I haven't died. It's fantastic. It's an amazing car. But now I am going to spend a little bit in a more focused frame of mind, playing around with all of the settings on the screen and figuring out a few things before I continue onward with the next leg of this drive. This has been a real moment in my life and just a fantastic driving experience. But I noticed that the click and the animation of the click of the car are not synchronized. So one star, literally unusable. Ivy made it to the first supercharger location with 45 miles left on the battery, which is way closer than I would ever cut it with a gas tank. I have some real range anxiety with cars, but I thought I would just trust the map and what it's telling me. And so here I am waiting only for the next supercharger slot that's available. So this is the charger. Oh, that's so cool. Pulling in 103 kilowatts, which is crazy. And I need to leave it here for about 40 minutes before I continue on the next leg of the trip, which is perfect because this is in a little mall area and I've got some errands I need to run. Back from errands and there's a hat trick of facts. It looks like we're pretty set to continue on the road. Oh my God, I can't believe how exciting this is. Forgot about this. Turns out the car won't let you drive if you still plugged in. So I'm guessing stop charging. Oh, and it closed for me. This car is god and magic. All right, calm down. Calm down. It's so very exciting. Calm down. Oh yeah. The door closes when I sit. Let's do this. In half a mile, keep to the left onto Iminus 80 east towards Redwood. One of the great things about doing a road trip in America is all of these little rest stops that exist. We can just pull over and take a break, go to the bathroom, maybe get a snack. It's really nice. Oh, and by the way, beware of snakes. Every vessel needs a name and she seems like a Bailey. To you, Bailey Blue. I look forward to our trip together. So, holy shit, it's snowing. We re-up high enough that there's snow on the ground. This is unbelievable. I'm not sure it looks the way on the camera, but holy hell is the visibility low. It's like there's a gas station in the corner. I feel like I'm in the mist. Look at this. It's amazing. So I'm totally unprepared for this weather. This hoodie is very warm, but it's not snow warm. But I'm taking a little break here because the visibility was just 0 on the freeway. And it never snows in London. I've gone all year without seeing any snow and I'm just so excited right now and happy and very cold. And I just wanted to walk over and see what this little thing was in the snow. Beautiful, beautiful snow. Look at those trucks in the snow, in the forest, in the background. It's just beautiful. Okay, it is beautiful, but I'm also freezing. But this is Okay, I've realized it's actually going to get pretty dark soon. Actually go pretty and I'm at like 5,000 feet. I think the only way out of this is through the snow, and I want to do it before it gets dark. So I'm going to load up on some rest stop coffee and then we going to get going. We all strapped in the back seat. Stay cozy. We've got some serious snow to drive through. I didn't realize that the road I was driving over is the Donner Pass. I feel like the luckiest man alive right now. I bumped into a guy who's flying a drone, and now we really feel like I need a drone. I don't need a drone. Well, this has been quite the first day back at driving. In any other car, I would have been terrified through that. Thank you, Bailey Blue. Well, that was thing amazing. All right, I was planning to go farther today, but the snow in the Donner Pass, that took a while and it took a lot out of me. So I'm going to do the smart thing and I'm not going to push further. Does that lock in? I'm going to get, there we go. I'm going to get a hotel in the local area instead of being a crazy person and pushing on to Reno. Nearest hotel is apparently like a cabin in the woods. Very Christmassy. Feels appropriate. This was a good decision. The instant we stopped driving, I realized I am tireder than I thought I was. So I am very glad to be getting into a room to be able to spend the night and relax. Whoa, a desk. All right. Time to set up a workstation and pull all the footage off those cards and see what I was actually able to keep in the end. I love the snow. I love the cold. Speaking of cold, okay. So last night I wanted to test a thing. There's a way to charge a Tesla from just unregular electrical outlets, which I spotted on the outside of the hotel I set up last night. So, it didn't look too promising last night, but I just want to see this morning how has it done. Oh, it's charging at 3 miles per hour. We've added 22 miles overnight. This is really good because this means I can possibly tree something that I was thinking about last night. Now to get to Moab. Here's what I should do. I should take Interstate 80 up to Salt Lake City. That's the smart route. It's filled with these superchargers. If you re-driving a Tesla a really long way, these things charge it up really fast. The only thing is, I've already driven across this road, so I have an idea for a different route. A more interesting ride that I've never done is this way, across what's known as the loneliest road in America, for good reason. There's nothing out there, including superchargers. This distance is way too long for a Tesla to do on a single charge, but I've discovered these things. RV parks. It all charge a lot slower than a supercharger, but it all work. There's an RV park here at Fox Peak Station, and there an RV park here at Ely. This distance is 283 miles, and a Tesla's maximum range is 300 miles. If I get stranded along this road, it's going to be a real problem. So, in order to make this work, Fox Peak equals 100 charge. I cannot leave Fox Peak with less than a completely full battery. Otherwise, I might not make it, and there is nothing out here. So that's the plan. It's 6:30 in the morning. I am happy to have woken up and get started early because today might be the longest day of driving. Because today might be the drive to do. But of course, before we can get started, navigate to the nearest Starbucks. There's nothing cozier than being in a snowy world in a warm car on your way to get some coffee. Sounds like a coffee emergency, whatever that was. I was talking to the barista at Starbucks, and she said that this kind of snow in June is something she's only seen 4 times in the 20 years she's lived here. So I was feeling like the luckiest man alive yesterday, and now I feel just twice as lucky that I get to see this. Reno on the horizon. Ooh, it's still pretty cold out here. All right, let's go inside this casino. Boy, I sure hope I don't miss what's on this channel. It's a buffet reimagined. Oh yeah, I'm gonna need two, both with bacon, egg, and cheese. I don't know why I said egg. Of course there's egg in it, yeah. No, bacon and cheese. Yeah. Two, please. Ha ha ha. I'm not really two people, though, am I? Second coffee acquired, because we all know the first coffee is a warm-up. And now we re-on to Fallon. This place is the test, where we find out if I can do the route I want or not. Oh, Fox Peak, not Pizza Hut. Fox Peak Station. This is the moment of truth. Let's see what we have here. I'm thinking that this part doesn't go into that part, and I have no other adapters that can bridge the gap. This thing has the same thing. So what I need to do is plug that. Come on, baby. All right, you gonna get on there. Yes, I need me credit card for like the 70th time. Authorizing, authorizing. Hey, all right. Oh me God, it's a miracle. Oh, it's gonna take a long time. Sitting here with the Tesla, getting it charged for the next leg of the journey. Oh, it's a little pooped. I'm a little pooped. I'm also a bit coffeeed out, so I'm going to get some of my replacement coffee pills, which are nice, and have some of that. And then I think I'll show you while I wait a couple of the features of this Tesla. Fighter jets from the Air Force Base. So loud. All right, the number one thing I worried about before driving the Tesla was this ginormous screen and how distracting it would be. I mean, it is huge, but it handles really well. So when you hit the navigation, right, so I am going to navigate. I want to get to Elaine, Nevada. What it'll do, and it would fill in if we had any kind of internet connection. It'll show an overview of your route if you want, or it'll show a particular leg, like to the next supercharger. But it doesn't actually really tell you how to drive here. That is through the steering wheel on this little screen. So you don't have to be looking at this gigantic screen over here to see where you're supposed to turn. Instead, the turn-by-turn directions are right here, and when you re-driving, it's exactly in your field of view. I feel like this is precisely where I want to be looking to see the turn-by-turn directions, so thumbs up for that. There's a bunch of other stuff that you can do with the screen, but what I like is the rear view mirror dozed to give you a huge field of view here, but it doesn't matter. Because here there a button for the camera, so you can hit a rear view camera, and that shows you what's behind the car. And then you can take these two windows and say, swap them so that your overview of your trip is up here, your rear view mirror is here, And you can even full screen this a little bit more so it's as big as it can possibly be, and I like this setup for driving. Okay, let's take a look at the car. You have this little magic key fob. When you get close, the car recognizes you recoming bay, so it starts turning on. The mirror folds out. You can press the door, and the door opens up automatically, which is super nice. A thing that I thought was a total gimmick, but I love it, is when you get in the car, when you press the brake, the side door closes automatically. This is a Belkin something or other. 1 star, do not recommend. Some do not. I'm so unsing, do ja, and down them, other than don't. Oh, oh, no, no, no. This wire, though, connects back to, there's a little nice dash space where you can plug in a traditional cigarette lighter. It also has 2 USB ports, which is charging me laptop, actually, from the battery of the car, and another wire, which is going up to the dash cam that I have set up, so that you can see what's going on this road trip. From inside the car, you can actually control the doors as well, so you can say that you want the driver door open and the passenger door open, and they'll just go. All right, let's get out to watch the impressive thing that everybody likes, which is the amazing falcon wing doors on this thing. Apparently, in the settings, they have some auto height features that will open up higher or lower based on the space that you in. The trunk of the car also goes up. The goes across also goes the trunk goes These are all the wires and adapters I was messing around with before to actually charge the Tesla. They come in this nice little case. Obviously, on this road trip, I'm not carrying around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 people, so instead I have these seats go flat. There, a little button on the top here you press. When you press it, the head pops down. You can then fold the whole thing flat, so it gives you just a ton of space. All right, that's the trunk. Let's go around to the front. We can take a look at the engine inside. It's pretty awesome. Lol. No engine, of course, because this is a Tesla. So we don't need all that disgusting fluidy, engine-y stuff that your grandpa knows how to fix, but you don't really care about. There's nothing in here. The whole car is really just the wheelbase, the other wheelbase, and a big battery that connects the two of them with some electrical engines that spin both of the wheels. But everything above that is just car. So now with all that space, you may be asking yourself, Bray, I haven't seen any suitcases on this trip. I haven't seen any luggage, you know. The kind of stuff that you'd need for a big old roadie to Like, this car is pretty empty. Because there's no traditional car stuff taking all the space, there's space everywhere, including right here in the back. There's a panel that you can pull up, and here is where I've actually hidden all of the stuff that I've packed. I like it to look like I'm not carrying all me possessions in the car. The only other thing then are these cup holders. I don't know if it's the way of fit in a car or what, but this cup holder is impossible for me to reach. I have to move my arm all the way back behind the seat to then move it forward to be able to get the drink end up. Like, my elbow naturally goes exactly where this cup holder is. There should be a cup holder here, or there should be a cup holder here, but there should be a holder here should here car That spot is no bueno for a cup holder. All right, that's everything. It's time to pack it up and figure out what we're redoing. God, Those doggies have a bed at the front of them. Those must be the happiest doggies in the world. Yee, good doggo. Okay, I think I've been sitting here long enough. Now, I know past me said something like, I cannot leave Fox Peak with less than a completely full battery. But you know what? I'm not obligated to that guy. He's not here right now. I've discovered something. I don't to go to LA. I can go to a place called Austin in the middle. There's an park in Austin that if I can get there, they have a 50 amp charger. Now, hopefully I have the right accessories to be able to make that work, but I have a 20 margin of error to make it to Austin to be able to charge, and I'm in a dice rolling kind of mood. I didn't come across the goddamn ocean to drive on a road I've already driven or to sit at a gas station for another 3 hours. It's time to get out of here and go get possibly stranded in the desert. What's the worst that can happen? Well, death. Death is always the worst that can happen. Okay, I actually spent the next 15 minutes finding every single setting in the settings panel that I could flip to make energy savings the maximum amount possible and get the cabin pre-cooled to save energy on air conditioning as well, so I did just bolt out of here. I spent a long time being fussy about things. But now it's time to go. All right, we on the road. There's a bunch of stuff that I can possibly do to extend the range just a little bit, and so far so good. We re-up one. I'm sure that I'll read 100 by the time we get there if trends continue, so I am feeling pretty great. Here we are together on the loneliest road in America. We re about halfway to Austin, which is about halfway along me journey off this section of the loneliest road. We re-estimating at 16 upon arrival in Austin, which is pretty good. I think this was a good decision. I think we gonna make it. Bailey Blue just popped up this alert. She's getting concerned that we too far from all the superchargers. And I don't. I am her. We are smack dab in the middle of a supercharger desert. Don't worry, you got me through those mountains. I'll get you through this desert of electricity. I hope. I hope. We've officially reached Austin city limits, and holy hell am I relieved. Hello, Austin Community Services. Austin Community Services. Boy, am I glad to see you. Now it's time to try and find the Pawnee Express camp. Pawnee Express, or is that the next one down? Okay, great. Thank you very much, man. Oh me God, I am so excited to be here. Cold mine. That is what I'm looking for. 50 amp deliciousness. This is the moment of truth, really. Because if this doesn't work, I am kind of effed. All right, you and you should go together. Let's flip. Okay. Oh, that looks sketchy. Awesome. Okay, fantastic. We've at least got electricity. We've got 40 amps. So now I guess the question is to see if I can find a hotel where I can stay. And there's one possibility here, which is there's a hotel up the road. We've got some keys and a toasty warm room, which I am super happy to have. I am ridiculously unprepared for this weather. I thought I was driving into the desert. Oh me God, so warm. Thank you, heater. Thank you, door. Thank you, desk. Thank you, microwave. So I realized yesterday that I had dramatically underestimated how much storage space it was going to need running all of these cameras. And of course, right now I have files that exist only on the dash cams, and that's just one copy. And one copy is non-copy, so I have to get 2 copies. So I need to copy it to something else. When I copy it to something else, I need to. I something saying I will to. No one cares. No one cares about your technical problems. Oh, I need some coffee. Hello. Hello. Oh, okay. After a night on the charger, we all set. Go, substitute coffee, go. I need you. Great. Thank you. Town of Austin. Now it's on to LA. Supercharger Desert. And there's more to go. I normally wear contacts when I'm driving, but my eyes are bothering me, so I back to me glasses. But it is a driving into the sun morning, so I am going to be pulling the super cool look of shades on top of prescription glasses. I have never been, I think, on a longer, more isolated road than this. I was worried about taking the Tesla where no Tesla is supposed to be, but this is a lifetime experience. First real coffee of the day acquired. At a lovely little cafe in Ukiyo. Man, I wish I had more time to explore this town. I'm gonna be late enough for Mob as it is, so I gotta get going. And the danger of stopping anywhere with a beautiful Bailey blue Tesla is that everybody wants to talk about it. So expect Tesla conversation-related delays wherever you go. Now we just need to find a place to hook up and pay. Oh, sweet. Man, that never gets old. Okay, the nice woman at the casino set me up with a license to park and a place to work in the hotel with internet. Internets are few and far between here, and I need to download some work files. If you listen to me podcast, you all know that I like to use code names for my projects. This summer is Ursus, so there's little statues calling to me. If you ever on the loneliest road, come see the bear. The first grade point. And I wish I had more time to explore the town because it looks like there's a ton of interesting stuff here. But once again, if I'm gonna get to Mob on time, I really need to get going. Oh, hello. Hello. Oh me God, hello. Somebody talked to me. Somebody new. What's her name? Her name is Tinkerbell. Oh, hello, Tinkerbell. This never gets old as you press the button. Click. The whole thing. I'm listening to the episode of Cortex that we recorded back at WOD for any final changes that need to be made. And then if I ever have internet again, I will give the all okay for it to be posted. We've made it to Deseret. It didn't take long for Deseret to start looking like Deseret. If you do drive in the West, make sure to get red-tinted sunglasses. It makes the whole experience better. Not that this isn't beautiful, but upping the saturation sure does hurt. We're coming up on the town of Delta, which should have the last of park for the loneliest road section of this trip. I see roars. Oh ho ho ho. Man, this is the nicest looking Orv park I've seen yet. Proper spaces, grass. Let's just see, do they have what I need? Oh, F. Oh, oh, F. Oh. Double of. All right, moment of truth. Yes. Flip the switch. Green, 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 green. Yes. All right. Fantastic. All right. Bailey Blue isn't the only one that needs some power. It's dinner time. It's dinner time. So an interesting thing has happened. Now that I'm here, there's a supercharger up here in Nefidi, Utah that I've never noticed before or I swear to God is brand new. It wasn't there when I was looking at the routes a couple days ago. I was thinking I needed to go to a supercharger down here, which would have been way out of the way. but this one says I can make it there with 8 remaining. Given all of this, it means that since I have reached the edge of the loneliest road in America, and I am off the supercharger desert. I can make it to a supercharger and make it to Moab tonight. Every gamble on this trip so far has worked out amazingly, so I am going to roll the dice one last time. Daylight's burning. We've got to roll. Thank you, Antelope of Park in Delta. You are the reason I might make it to Moab tonight. All right. I've got to put down the camera and we've got to go. 28 miles to spare. Looks like we re-topping out at around 270 miles per hour that we sit at the charger. Superchargers, I feel like I really appreciate you after the loneliest road. It was too easy at the beginning, but now we understand just how great you are. Going to be 50 minutes here before we can move on to Green River. I've got to say, I am feeling pretty great just to be back on the supercharger network. I feel like that's already quite an accomplishment. So I don't know, maybe I'll charge up and maybe I'll charge up and so oh, it's a truck train. It's a truck train. Okay, the hell with it. The sun's going down, but you know what? I don't want to be showing up late tomorrow. I'd rather get there tonight. Time for Tesla after dark. Let's stow this. Let's stow this. Green River war bust. So we made a bad assumption that there were going to be lights all over this highway, and there are not. I think I would have not done this if I had realized it was going to be in total darkness for 100 miles. 83 miles to go. Holy f, am I glad to be off that highway. All right, I thought the most stressful driving was going to be that snow, but boy was I wrong. I am literally shaking. Just 20 minutes to kill while she's charging. Okay, I'm full of adrenaline and nerves. I'm just going to walk around for a minute and shake it off. I guess this is the eponymous Green River. All right, let's get back inside here. Thank you, John Wesley Powell History Museum, for installing those Tesla chargers. All right, just a tiny bit longer until Moab, and then we redone for the night. Nope, I'm going to stop it here. I can't show you any more fast-forwarded footage with fun music underneath it. This was a dumb, dangerous decision at the end of a long series of dumb, dangerous decisions. I've been driving since Austin. I should have stopped at the park. I should have stopped at the supercharger. I definitely should have stopped at Green River, but I didn't. This is how catastrophic errors happen. And I just got really lucky. I will never do this again. Please go to bed if you re-driving. Nothing is that important. So I am going to skip past all this now. All right, I can find you. It's hard to get that spot, isn't it? All right, I'll be back later. Okay, so while I was out here, Tesla literally announced the next version of their autopilot system with a ton of improvements, including more sensors on ramp, off-ramp ability, better ability to hold tight the lanes and take turns, and smart summon, and a whole bunch of other stuff. This is one of the things that I love about technology, because technology involves the promise of constant iteration and improvement, and it is the reason why I have just never cared about cars at all. But I've been really interested in Tesla since I first heard about them, because it seems to me much less a car than a computer on wheels. So I'm going to take you to the world. Yeah, I'm going to love you. I'll give you the world of what I've got. Fast and fast, baby, I have not. I'm just going to love you. Yeah, I'm going to love you. I'm going to love you, baby. Cross my heart and hope you do. I'm going to love you. I'm going to love you. This ceiling is really low. I can't actually stand up in this place. Oh God. Oh yeah, that's not creepy at all. Oh God. You nope. 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 Watch the hell out for that. What makes it 10 times creepier is it certainly seems like a ghost town, except there are a lot of these pretty shinny new no trespassing signs around. There's a post office, which is, I'm going to guess, actually locked. You see, so that's actually locked. There's this new-looking sign. Smile re-on camera. A security camera that sure looks like it's active. Oh, Jesus Christ. Not going to Lee. I'm kind of terrified to open this. Jesus Christ. This thing looks like a puzzle out of mist. Well, I do actually have to go. Wait, don't drop your phone down the toilet this time. If you say so. Well, time to go now, I think. Cars do feel a bit like a bubble of security and safety that you can take with you wherever you go. And I'm glad I came out to this coast town, but the feeling like there are people around is creepy as all hell. So I'm very happy to head back to that bubble of safety and security and get back to Moab. In the car, lock the door. Goodbye, Cisco. I've been in Moab for a few days getting work done, getting podcast recording done. Getty, Patty. Wing mine, mine, we ma, do you worry, don't do so, do you? All of my equipment is different and new. It's like, oh, Jesus Christ. Fingers crossed. Planning and preparing for the final and hardest part of this summer, which is vidcon. Not looking forward to that. But also, and again, taking advantage of this unique and austerely beautiful part of the country. Driving through the West is like nothing else. This trip has been just what I needed. Driving with Bailey, especially through some unexpected difficulties. I've gotten over a lot of the fear and hesitation I had about driving. I am really appreciative for that. This is me final day in Moab. So I'm going to take the time to appreciate to before I have to drive toll. Got me coffee, got me music. Now just 4 stops left until I have to be in a and at vidcon. But no need to dwell. Moab, I'll see you again soon. Bailey, let's enjoy the last of the desert driving. This is the entrance to the San Rafael swell. All right, Bailey, I know that our time together is growing short. But I'm glad that I get to take you through one of my favorite sections of interstate. Let's do this, girl. We'll be right back. Las Vegas Boulevard. Oh man, that is some serious solar paneling. It's Factorio. Man, I want that upgrade. It's time to be agriculturally inspected. This was the last charging pit stop for Bailey. Not going to Lee. I am getting pretty emotional about saying goodbye to this girl. I feel like we've been through a lot together. We've had a fun romp through the desert. But I think we've got to clean you back up before you go back to your normal life. The works, of course. Only the best for Bailey. I know you don't want a bath. You'll all be happy to be clean. You know, you will be glad to be back home once you re there. See, doesn't that feel good? Look how good you look. All right, girl. Let's get me to vidcon and you home. Thank you. We re almost there, Bailey Blue. Almost there. You re welcome.